Welcome to DMACC Innovators and Entrepreneurs, your chance to learn about talented Iowans running, growing, or dreaming of starting their own company. The neat thing about Iowa is there are so many resources available to entrepreneurs, like the Greater Des Moines Partnership. The mission of the Greater Des Moines Partnership is to drive economic growth in Central Iowa. If you're thinking about starting a business, you may want to give the Greater Des Moines Partnership a call. I'm here with Mike Caldwell. He's the Executive Director of Entrepreneurial Initiatives for the Partnership. And Mike, what else does the Partnership do for businesses?
The Partnership really has four major initiative areas. Economic development, meaning getting businesses to move here and grow their businesses here. Workforce development, making sure we have a great workforce. Public policy, making sure that businesses have their needs known well at all levels of government. And the downtown, we're very focused on things like the farmers market, arts fest, that type of thing.
The Partnership helps businesses big and small, but I know your focus is with what you call high growth potential businesses. What does that mean?
Well, it really means that what you think of as the traditional or the stereotypical Silicon Valley startup. So somebody that has to raise a lot of money is building a business that's going to grow regionally or nationally at a very large scale.
Sometimes you have to ask businesses some tough questions. Tell me about that.
You know, a lot of my role, I'll never tell someone it's a good idea or a bad idea because I honestly don't know. I didn't think Twitter was a good idea, but it turned out to be a great idea. But what I can do is ask a lot of the questions I think that perhaps you as an entrepreneur aren't asking yourself. You may say, yeah, everybody loves my product, but I might ask you, do they love it enough to pay for it? And what have you done to validate they'll actually open their wallet and give you $100 or whatever the price is? So those kinds of questions, it gets them to be really objective about what they're doing.
You can help with marketing plans, you can help with investing, you can help with presentations to investors.
Exactly.
And Casey Neiman, we're going to hear from him. He's with Agris Inc.
Right.
What did you help Casey do?
Well, Casey's a great example of a startup in Central Iowa. He has a tremendous amount of experience, but there was one area that Casey hadn't done before, and that was raise capital. So he's doing something called an equity raise, where you're actually selling shares of your company, and if you haven't done it before, it's kind of a different experience. So Casey has been working with me on his investor pitch, practicing that, learning what an investor looks for. It's a very different presentation than what the product pitch might be or the customer pitch, because really the investors are asking, well, what about me? What do I get out of this deal? So that's been our major focus, is getting ready to raise capital.
Okay, if people want to contact you, they want help, what should they do?
They can get a hold of us at the information on the screen below.
Mike Caldwell, thank you.
Thank you.
Now I'm joined by Casey Neiman. He's getting ready to launch his business, Agris Inc. Casey, congratulations first off on your new business. Tell us about the business.
So Agris Inc. is the first customer service platform built from the ground up to serve growers and their local trusted advisors. We essentially saw that farmers were being overwhelmed by the amount of technology coming to the farm, and they needed help, the same way that you and I might need help when we get new technology. And it was often frustrating and time-consuming for the growers to get the help that they needed. So essentially, we've created a customer service platform that allows growers to have one-touch access to advisors who can help them in a variety of areas, with precision agriculture, with telematics, with equipment, with mapping. And this allows growers to resolve issues in less time and helps them with uptime, which is important for growers when they have time-sensitive planning and harvesting issues.
You were in sales at Microsoft for 14 years. You do have an agricultural background, got an agriculture degree at Kansas State. Why make the leap into starting your own business?
That's a great question, one that my wife asks me often. But I think for me, I had come to the period of my life where I was going to either choose comfort as far as staying in corporate America or take some risk. And for me, I took the risk of starting a new company. It was calculated risk. I had thought about it for a long time, and I had a passion for some of the things that I thought could be resolved and fixed in the agriculture support space, and so set out to build Agris Inc.
You reached out to the Greater Des Moines Partnership. Tell us how you heard about the partnership and what they did to help you.
Yeah, I think before I took the leap into entrepreneurship, I had done some research about just trying to learn more about the entrepreneurial community in Central Iowa. And the Des Moines Partnership was kind enough to do these monthly luncheons where they would have different startups come in and present on different concepts. And so I participated in those luncheons, got to know Mike Caldwell, the executive director, and started doing some one-on-one mentor sessions with Mike. And then as we evolved our business plan, really relied heavily on Mike and the partnership to give us feedback and coaching on some of the areas that we needed assistance on.
And Mike said you had a lot of skills when it came to what you were going to do, the application itself, but the investing is where you needed help. What did they specifically do to help you get investors?
Yeah, I think so. Certainly while I was at Microsoft, I'd done a lot of sales presentations, but it's different when you're going and asking individuals to potentially invest in your company. And so Mike and a few others were kind enough to sit down and actually provide us with the opportunity to do some dry run sessions with them and get feedback on our investor pitch. And that really helped us hone our value proposition, not only to customers, but also to prospective investors. And I think that, for all of us as entrepreneurs, there's going to be blind spots. There's going to be things that you don't know or that you haven't experienced before. And I think anytime you can lean on people in the community to give you feedback, and we certainly found the partnership to be a great mentor.
And you're getting ready to launch this just in time for planting season. We'll be looking forward to see how it goes for you. What advice do you have for others?
Well, I would just encourage any entrepreneur to definitely do your research and to talk to potential customers about your idea, and then to bounce your business plan and your concept and your approach off of other people in the business community, whether it be small startups or other people that you respect in the business community, to get feedback. We all have our blind spots, and for me, working with the Des Moines Partnership was a great way for me to get feedback on our concept and also to fine-tune some of the areas that we needed assistance with.
Thanks for sharing your story with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching DMACC Innovators and Entrepreneurs.